Um, it's been probably 2 weeks since I've posted. I know, but I wanted to go live because the year is about to end, and I think it's just so important to put a pause and reflect over 2020. Hopefully, you catch this video before the year ends. If not, it's fine because this is still going to be just as important. 2020, let's just sum it up. It's been a year of just unprecedented, right? It's been a very unprecedented year, and a lot of people have been either going through it financially, been going through breakups, been going through depression, been going through financial issues, job issues, and I just feel like I want to be very transparent and let you guys know how 2020 has been to me, because I come on here and I tell you guys all these advice and things that I've learned from, but I just have to let y'all know that I am still a work in progress. I'm still learning just as much, like things that I probably healed from. I can talk about, but there are probably underlying things that I did not heal from. And that is okay. That is not, you do not have to be perfect to spread light and joy and healing to other people as you're healing. You don't have to be, there's no complete process to your healing journey and your self love journey. Um, I've had my days where I was depressed through 2020. I woke up with anxiety. I woke up with depression. I had panic attacks. Like, there were things that I feel like 2020 was a year of reflection and shadow work. Hello. Hi, guys. I'm just going to just go hop into it. And if y'all have any questions for me, I'll just save them at the end and I'll answer them after I get through speaking. But yeah, so it's been a year of shadow work. And if a lot of you guys don't know what shadow work is, it's basically inner trauma in your subconscious that you're not aware of. But when certain situations happen, you react in a way where you're like, wow, I didn't expect to react that way. Why did I react that way? Why did I do these things? This is a year of bringing up a lot of your childhood trauma and facing it head on. um Relationship trauma as well. Like for me, per se, there were some things that I did not deal with in from past relationships, um that came out earlier this year. And just remember like cutting off everyone and just crying for like days, and I did not know where this pain came from, and I was so hurt. I was in so much pain, like I just went through a breakup or something. And I was so, yes, like you notice how reactive you are. So I used to deal with anger issues. I've definitely came a long way, and I'll admit that. Like, look, I'm not perfect, y'all. Like I used to be very, very like I'm not gonna sit here and say I was a very nice person, but I was also very feisty, and that comes from like always being on the defense from me being bullied growing up, and always feeling like somebody's trying to come at me. So I'm like always have my guard up, like ready to fight. And something happened earlier this year where it just brought out a side of me that I did not know that was there. And when I tell y'all, like, I was in my room crying, and I was so ashamed because I was like, how can I talk about healing when I still have things to do? And God told me like I don't use I don't use perfect people to heal others. I use your brokenness to heal yourself and others. And through your obedience, you will be healed. You will help others and bless others through your lessons. And you're going to keep learning and you're going to keep going through things because, I feel like humans were born into this world with pure hearts, right? And some of us are born into really messed up homes. Some of us are born into homes where we lost a parent. Maybe that parent is not physically here, or something happened to that parent. Or maybe you grew up in an abusive home as well because of generational curses. And I feel like this world shapes you and your character. And so sometimes when we act out of character, we do things, we say things we don't mean, it's stemming from the inner trauma or something that we lacked growing up as children, right? Like if you have anger issues, you're like, wow, I really worked on my anger, but this person said this, and it's like I took 7 steps forward and took 20 steps back, you know? And you feel like this defeat feeling where you're like, wow, like I did all this work just to. No. Sometime you're going to take 20 steps back, take 7 steps forward, and take 20 steps back to go through that healing process to fully heal some things that were missing. I felt like 2020, if anything, like we got to see people break up, divorce. As someone who works in the news business, I've been seeing a lot of murder suicides where men are taking out their whole complete family, okay? And there's men who are, I don't want to just say this is men because this could be women too, but there's men out here killing their wives. And I feel like a lot of that stem from, you know, people kind of faking the funk, and abusive relationships. I feel like if you are in an abusive relationship, it probably most likely escalated even more than usual, more. Like if this person was verbally abusive, they became even more verbally abusive or even physically abusive. If you're dealing with a narcissistic person, those characteristics come out faster in 2020. I feel like 2020 is the year that people cannot hide, and they can only show their true colors, and they don't even know that why they're showing you their true colors so fast. Like people are jumping in relationships so fast. People are getting married so quickly. This is a year of like bringing out everything we've been hiding, and bringing it up to the surface. So if you're in a relationship that's been so toxic and your inner voice have been telling you, and I've been talking to a lot of you guys, right? I've been talking to a lot of you guys, and I just recently talked to someone through the Fundo app, and she was going on and on about how amazing this guy is. But the whole time I'm like identifying all these red flags that this person is a really crappy person, but she was so at all with this person because she was comparing him to her ex, and she kept comparing, well, at least he didn't do this and at least he didn't do that. But then she felt like she didn't have any peace, and the whole time she's talking to me, she's telling me things she was doing because she didn't have peace in the relationship. And she's like, well, it's my fault because I was acting like this. Well, baby, you were acting like this because you didn't have any inner peace. And this is the year where you're not going to have peace. You're not going to have peace, okay? You're not going to fake the funk anymore. That pretend relationship, it's going to come out. That the toxicness of the relationship is going to come forward, okay? You've seen a lot of breakups this year. You've seen a lot of murder, suicides, homicides, have gone up. People are losing their minds. Why? Because people don't know how to deal with that inner trauma that's coming out. People are not, they're not equipped to handle what is coming out of them. And I'm just so blessed that I have a platform where you guys, and I say this from the bottom of my heart, I love my subscribers. Like people are saying, oh my God, I love you guys. No, I really feel like you guys are such a, like, we may be like have some brokenness going on, but we gather and we love on each other and we heal. Most of my comments are like positivity and encouraging one another and focusing on themselves and bettering themselves. And I love that. I love that. And I just told God, I just want a community of women and men who can find a safe place to heal. And I can literally feel it every time I read the comments. I may not be able to reply back to all of you guys, But like, I'm gonna try not to get emotional because this year is not only a year of manifestation, but it's a year of like, it ain't no games to be played there. And I'm gonna tell y'all a story, right? I'm gonna tell y'all a story. So last year in 2019, I was dealing with a guy that I had absolutely no business talking to. I mean, he didn't have it together financially. He didn't have it. He was living, y'all, I don't even want to embarrass myself because he was just like, what are you doing dealing with him? But I was so like, oh well, I'm just bored. I just want some company. I'm not ready for a relationship. When deep down inside, I wanted something more, but I wasn't treating myself like as if I deserved that, right? Last year, I was dealing with a guy and I lowered my standards to talk to him. And he knew I lowered my standards. He would tell me, like, I don't even know how I even got a girl like you. And although it buttered me up and it fed my ego, because come on now, when you lower your standards for a certain person that doesn't fit in your caliber, it kind of boosts your ego that they praise you as if you're this just like wonderful person. You know, he would praise me as if like I was just like, oh my god, this queen, like she's this, she's that, only to be played at the end. And let me tell y'all, before the year ended, in probably around December, he got exposed. In the beginning of December, something inside of me kept telling me, you can know he is going to block your blessings. And I was just like, I'm just dealing with him for a little bit. It's fine. He does this for me. He does that for me. Like, it's fine. And I mean, this man would just like rub my feet. Like, I would tell him to jump and he'll say how high. So I like the benefit of that, right? But I knew that we had no business lining up in each other. We had no business lining up in each other. And I knew it was going to come to an end, but I just didn't know how. You know, I was like, well, it's going to come to an end and I'll probably find somebody else. No, no, no. That's not how that works. You can't just jump from one ship to another and think that that's going to, no. God was like, so I have a story about how the girl called me, but before then, he I start to feel strange and his phone's ringing. And I go, oh no, you got me messed up. You're talking to another girl. Like, you're lying about your situation. You're not making any sense. You need to get out of my apartment. You need to get out of my apartment and leave. I don't want you here anymore. He was not living with me, because when I tell people this, they think like, oh, was he living with you? No, he was visiting me, and I was like, you need to leave. He leaves. I don't talk to him. The new year is coming up, right? 2020 is about to come up, right? And I'm like, well, I feel sad. I feel sad. I feel depressed. I feel like he did not hit me up. He's not thinking about me, and I'm thinking about him. He's watching my story, but he's not saying anything, and whoop de whoop de whoop. And it really bothered me because I literally was dreaming about this person, right? And I said, well, before the year ends, I don't want to go into 2020 beefing with anybody. That's what I told myself to make myself feel better, to reaching out to him. So I reached out to him, and I reached out and we talked. And he was telling me, like, oh, I'm not even talking to anybody. I felt it in my spirit that something wasn't right, but I was just like, whatever, like, like, whatever, it's not a big deal. 2020 hits, okay? I bring in the new year with my family, my son, and little did I know how quick God was like, you ain't got the time to play around. I don't have the time for you to play around, okay? You are not about to go into 2020 dealing with this man any longer, right? The first week of January, the first week of January, he calls me, he's talking to me, something in my spirit just does not feel good. I'm just like, I don't feel good about this situation. I don't feel good talking to him. I just feel like something is like brewing, right? And this is how quick the manifestation, the power of the tongues in 2020 is super strong. Let me show you how strong it was. I remember he calls me, right? He calls me and he goes, oh, let me call you right back. Mind you, I didn't talk to him barely. I was ignoring him all day, and it worked, and he was reaching out to me. I He hung up and said, let me call you right back. My tea lady is calling me. Soon as he hung up, I just had this anxiety, right? Soon as he hung up, I just gained, like, my heart started fluttering. I was like, ugh. And I was like, I said those magical words. I said, whatever he is doing, it's going to come to light. Because I know, Lord, you're going to show me who he is. Baby, when I tell you God was like, oh, bet, okay. My phone literally rung within the next 10 minutes. It's a number I've never seen before, so I don't answer it. Then the number keeps calling me, so I answer it. And guess what I answered it to? Another woman was calling because somehow she got my number because his car was connected to her. His phone, Bluetooth was connected to her car, and he got caught. And she's like telling me all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, God, I wasn't prepared. I was so like, oh, like it felt like somebody punched me in the chest because it happened so quickly. And I was like, oh my God, like, God, I wasn't prepared. So then I got angry and I got furious and I was like ready to fight. Like, I was like, who? Why are you ready to fight? Why are you so angry? And God was like, you said show you the light. So I showed it like within 10 minutes. I showed it within 10 minutes. I'm like, I wasn't prepared for this. But then I said to myself, I said, after that whole drama went down, that was the beginning of 2020 for me because it showed me how quick the power of the tongues, how quick the manifestation is in 2020. A lot of people, a lot of these rappers, I don't like to talk about King Von and all this, but they spoke about their deaths. They spoke about a violent life, right? Even his ex-girlfriend spoke about a violent life. And guess what? He lost his life in that violence. She lost the man, who is it? I forgot her name. She was ex-girlfriend of King Von, an Asian doll or something like that. She says she wants a man that has bodies under his belt, which is mean like he's killed a few people. And then she ended up losing the love of her life within weeks of saying that. This year is not the year. Whatever that's deep down, however you're feeling, is going to come to the surface because that's what 2020 was all about. Because 2021, y'all thinking 2020 was bad. 2020 was a year of you need to be aligned in your purpose, and whoever is in the way is getting knocked out. Okay? The person that I was talking to in 2019 had to get out of the way for my growth, for my health, and for me to be aligned in my purpose and to awaken, to be woke, because I wasn't going to be woke dealing with somebody who's asleep because their energy is feeding off of my energy. They're like a succubus, right? Certain people are succubus in your life. So if you went through a breakup this year, I know it hurt, and I know it's painful, and I know that some of that pain is probably triggering from being left, or he left you for another girl. You thought that he left you for another girl. Let me tell you something. Nobody leaves your life. God closes that door. No matter how painful you think it is, he's closing that door. No matter how many times you beg that person back, he's closing that door for your better half, for your good. And I never understood that because I'll be like, God, no, like, that's okay. I don't need you to close that door. And God, like, I got this. I know what your life is. I could see the future. I know what you desire in your heart, and I know what you need. First of all, while you're looking for relationships, you need to heal that anger issue before you meet the person that I have for you, because you're going to run them off with your anger. Okay? I'm not perfect. I'm still working on it. And guess what, guys? Guess what? I said for 2021, I'm going to go into counseling. I mean, go into therapy again. I had therapy, but now I'm like, you know what? As an adult, there's other things that I have discovered that I had to deal with. Inner trauma that I didn't even know that was there. Pain that I didn't know that was inside of me. and it's coming out this year. And I'm telling y'all, I'm not perfect. I've gotten into it with people where I've said things where I've just like, who are you? Why would you say something like that? You supposed to use your words for better, not to knock somebody down. But there were certain things inside me that needed healing, and it was coming out in a negative way. And it was coming out, and I said, you know what, it's ugly, but it's beautiful at the same time, because it's a purge. It's a purge. Everybody want to talk about, oh, the purge, the purge. What about the inner purge? The purge that's in your heart, the purge that's in your soul. We need to purge out all of this, because 2021 is a year of elevation. It's a year of all those seeds you've been planting all year. It is coming to the surface. It is going to be here, but you're not prepared. So guess what? 2020 had to prepare you. You know how, like, a fitness competition, you're in the gym, you're working, and you're sweating, and you're in pain. You wake up the next day, and your muscles are sore, and you're like, I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to do this. This hurts. I don't like this. I don't like this feeling anymore. And then weeks later, you start to see a little bit more results. Oh, okay, my stomach looking good. Okay, my arms, my legs looking good. I'm losing some weight. And then a few more weeks happen, and then other people around you start to notice, and then a few more weeks happen, and then the world starts to notice. That is the same process of your healing journey. It is ugly to go through it. You will cry. And I do not tell people, do not cry. 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 I think crying is the most healing thing, because you're purging whatever that's inside of you. It needs to come out. Stop telling people that, oh, just get over it. Don't cry about it. You shouldn't be crying about that. No, let them cry that out, because it is a part of healing. Those tears are purging whatever pain you're crying about. I just talked to somebody. She stood up for herself. She broke up with a man who was no good for her, who literally was a manipulator, a narcissist. She broke up with him, and he flipped the tables around to say, I'm leaving you for another woman. That's why I'm going to go mess with somebody else. He told her that as she was breaking up with him, over not trusting him, because she thinks that he's talking to other women, and he backdoors and go, oh, you gonna brag on me? Actually, matter of fact, I am gonna go talk to that other girl. Then her inner trauma comes out, and she goes, instead of saying, you know what, go do that, I'm glad I made that decision, her inner trauma tricked her brain into thinking that he was leaving her for another woman. You see how that flip? Like, on the outside looking in, we're like, girl, like, he basically proved your point of why you need to break up with him, right? But her inner trauma blinded her. Now she's seeing a man who left her for another woman. And that could stem even deeper into father issues. Did her father leave out of her life for another woman? I know that I felt like that for a very long time. I don't care if you're family or not. If you're not good for me, I am cutting you off. I have tried 20 something years to build a relationship. My relationship with my dad was just fine, but he ended up marrying someone, and it was just like drama from that. And as an adult, now I'm like, I'm not a kid anymore. I can speak for myself. I can speak up for myself. I'm now assessing the situation as a mother, as an adult, as a parent, and I go, this is not healthy for me. I am no longer I'm going to accept who you are, because sometimes our parents are just messed up. And sometimes you just have to say, I accept that you are messed up and that you have not dealt with your inner trauma. Like, if you're dealing with a parent who is always criticizing you and always speaking down to you and always telling you you're not good enough, and you try to tell them how you feel, and you try to tell them, no, 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 this is not what it is, and you make me feel like this, and it's just like talking to a brick wall, right? Accept that that's them that same way. And now that's all they know. That's all they know. If you have a parent who runs after men all the time and looking for love, there is a sympathy there for that parent, because we have to realize that a lot of parents were not equipped with the right tools to raise children. And that's how generational curses continue and continue and continue. In 2020, 2021, we are breaking those generational curses. I am breaking generational curses in 2021. I want you to say it, and I want you to type it into I am breaking generational curses in 2021. I am breaking generational curses in 2021. And if you're not going to type it, I need you to say it to yourself, because we're manifesting that for ourselves. We're manifesting that. We're speaking it. If you don't believe in manifestation, it says it in the Bible. The power of the tongues, the life and death lies in the power of the tongues. Okay? Life and death lies in the power of the tongues. You speak. You have to eat the fruit that you speak. So watch what you speak. You speak love and life and energy into yourself. Instead of saying, I am depressed, you're going to say, I am healing. I am dealing with the inner trauma. I am dealing with my inner trauma. I am healing from my inner trauma. I am taking the necessary steps into healing and becoming the better person. I am becoming the better Brittany. And I'm going to keep saying that, because this is a journey, and life shapes us. Life happens. Amen. Thank y'all for commenting. I am breaking generational curses. We're breaking them around here. And if you haven't already, make a dedication to seeking therapy in 2021. Instead of working on, oh, I'm going to lose 60 pounds. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to eat better. That's great. Don't get me wrong. That is great. But let's also focus on our mental health. We have to understand there's a lot of broken people in this world, and they're not equipped. A lot of broken people with a lot of money. Just because they got the money and the cars. Let me tell you, I have a friend that's in the industry, and she literally tells me that these people are like puppets. They're not happy. They're being told what to do, told what to wear. They don't even know themselves. That's why a lot of celebrities turn to drugs and alcohol, or they have a shopping holic problem, because they're looking for, they don't know themselves. They got an addiction to something. They try to escape the world that they're in and pretend like everything's okay. In 2020, a lot of people went to jail for fraud. Like, a lot of these people that got money, they're out here doing fraud stuff. And you're like, wait a second, I thought you got all the chains on your neck. No, that just tells you there's a lot of people out here faking it and making it look like they have it together when they really don't. If you guys haven't noticed, something is coming. And I need you guys to be prepared, just like I am trying to be prepared. Have you noticed a lot of the CEOs of the top companies are resigning from their positions? This is not the time to go out and spend money on frivolous things. This is the time to save your money, be equipped, make sure you have water, make sure you have non-perishable foods stocked up. When you get your stimulus, I'm not telling you what to do. If you need it to pay your bills because you're struggling, that's fine. But if you got that stimulus check, do not blow it on a whole bunch of clothes and unnecessary things. Where you going, baby? It's a whole virus out here. And they're talking about now it's a variant, strand out. You have to be careful. You have to be careful and need to be equipped. Like, go out and have your fun. But exactly, the spiritual war, snowflakes, yeah, the spiritual war isn't over. Don't get too caught up in politics. Don't get too caught up who the president is. You need to focus on your inner work, your inner peace. Because what 2020 did was test our mental health. It tested our mental health. That's why people are breaking. That, like, guys, when I tell you I'm in the news business, I am in the news business. And when I tell you that homicides are at an all-time high in every city across the nation, you need to open your eye. You need to open your eye and understand what you're walking into 2021. People think, oh, 2020 sucked. Can't wait for 2021. That's what we said in 2019. We was like, oh, we couldn't wait for 2020. It's going to be our year. No, it's the year to be aligned. It's the year to live in your purpose. It's the year to heal. It is the year to elevate your mind. It is the year to be on a higher vibration. A lot of you guys are getting too caught up in social media, way too deep into social media. I am guilty of that too. I like to get my tea as well. But that's why I kind of stopped trying to talk about what's going on in the celebrity world and all this other stuff because we ain't got time for that. That stuff is fake. It's not real. We were here for you're just born here just to be here. Out of all the DNA and seeds and everything, and the sperm meets the egg, that sperm met that egg and made you. You know how many sperms you had to compete against to get to that egg? You weren't just here just because. I don't care if you think it was an accident. And I remember feeling so special because I wasn't a planned baby. My mom was young when she had me and my sister. And I remember saying, like, I wasn't really, I felt like I wasn't wanted. I felt like I wasn't supposed to be here. I felt like, for the longest, I just was like, I was a mistake. I wasn't supposed to be in this world. And then I thought about it and I said, out of all things in life, at the perfect time, in that perfect moment, God said, I can be born. That sperm met that egg and made me. Out of all that could have been born and made, it made me. If you don't feel special, I hope you feel special now. I think I got that from Oprah because she felt the same way. And it made me feel so special inside. Our brains can't comprehend how intricate creation is. Exactly. Because it's not easy. People just think, oh, you just get pregnant. And it's not easy getting pregnant. A woman, like literally, a spirit. When I was pregnant, let me tell you something. When I was pregnant, before I even knew I was pregnant, I felt something. I felt something inside of me. I didn't feel it in my belly. I just felt a spiritual shift. And when I found out I was pregnant, I just started to have more pure thoughts. I didn't want to listen to certain music. I didn't want to eat certain foods. I was sensitive to smells. And my body was basically protecting this seed, right? That's why mothers can't eat certain things that's not good for them because it protects the baby. So why do you not think that you're not special? Why do you think that you're not supposed to be here because a few assholes in this world decided to treat you a type of way? And mind you, those same assholes are also broken people. The girl that I was talking to who said the guy was a manipulator, his dad was also abusive to him. So he's broken. And his dad's broken. And his dad's probably broken. Just understand, we're supposed to come to this earth and heal others. If you don't think that that's not a purpose, what do you think you're here for? Just to live? That don't even sound right in your spirit to even think that way. You think that sperm met that egg just so you can come here and just live. No, we all have a purpose. We all have a purpose and we were made. You want to say, why was I made like this? Why do I have to look like this? I honestly think spiritually we chose to come to earth. We chose our family. And we chose how we want to look in this society. for a purpose and a reason. I did not accept myself and how I looked for the longest because when I came to this world, they told me my skin color was not good. They told me that I was not worthy, that I was not beautiful, that my skin color is a downfall. I am here just like others before me work their ass off to tell me, no, your skin is beautiful. And now I feel beautiful because of others and their work. They didn't just come here to live. They came here with a purpose and they changed the world for the better. Because this world can be a very, very ugly place and we need your heart. We need people like you. So when you're dealing with depression, exactly, you have that goddess energy. We all have that in us. We all have that in us. We just got to bring it out. Nobody taught me how to love myself. I remember the first time I y'all when I was younger, I literally used to look in the mirror and tell myself that I was ugly. I would be like, "You're so." I would have such negative affirmations to myself, if that even makes sense, when I was younger, because no, I had nobody telling me that I was beautiful, that, I'm this and I'm that. I didn't have that. All I heard was, I need to be like my sister. And so I felt like I wasn't good enough. I grew up thinking like, oh, my personality is weird. People don't like the way I talk. They say I talk too white. They say, I was criticized just so much by my peers when I went home. Love my family. But I had to find myself in this ugly world that could be beautiful. But there are some ugly things that shaped me to believe that I was not good enough. Yes, you have to tell yourself you are beautiful. So let me just say this. Let me just say this. In 2021, do not go into 2021 without writing down your affirmations. Do not go into 2021 not planting your seeds. I need you to write down in a journal. I want you to go out and get a journal before the year ends. And even if the year ends and you're just now seeing this, that's okay, boo boo. It's still going to work, okay? Because I went into 2020 trying to play around, and God was like, no, you're not. Not playing with you. Not playing with you, right? I got a journal, I got a pen, and I wrote down everything that I wanted, okay? After I wrote down everything and I didn't write it down. I have a video on how to journal. And I need y'all to watch that video on how to journal because everything that I wrote down in that video, everything that I wrote down in the beginning of 2020 has manifested itself. I said, I want to experience love. I want to experience real love. And as soon as I put that, and I said that while I was dealing with that guy, and guess what God said? No, actually, I wrote it in 2019 that I wanted for 2020. That's when God kicked him to the curb and said, he can't give you true love. I'm going to knock all these people out the way so you can have that and experience that, but you got to feel like you got to deserve it. You're not going to get something and like you feel like, why I keep attracting all these people? Why I keep attracting broken people? Because for one, you're broken yourself, because like attracts like, right? Number two, you have not told God what you want. Number three, you don't feel worthy of it. You don't feel worthy because of that inner trauma and toxic characteristics you have, and unhealed and brokenness that you have not dealt with. I thought that I was healed from certain things in my past, but I was tested this year, and I was tested like no other. And as I learned, I came on here and told y'all. So everything that I talk about is from experience. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. I made this channel for people who was like me, who wouldn't listen. I was hard-headed. You can tell me stop talking to a guy, I was gonna talk to him anyway. You could tell me that he's no good for you, stop crying over him, he ain't this, he ain't that, I still did it anyway. I felt so misunderstood. And I felt like I could not find somebody on YouTube to talk to me in a way where it wasn't so harsh, because I'm a very sensitive person. So if somebody come at me and be like, "Get over it, stop being bitter," I can't accept your message, because you have no empathy of where I am coming from. And as a Libra, I see both sides of the spectrum. So I like to balance things out. I like to hop in other people's shoes and feel what they feel and try to understand where they're coming from. Am I perfect? No. Team Libra. Yeah, and that's why I like to talk to you guys as if I'm talking to the younger Brittany, because I did not listen. I was sensitive. But I also know, like I said, as a Libra, I know how to empathize. I don't just sympathize with people, I empathize. Because there's one thing you could feel sorry, like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know how you feel." But I sit there with you and I feel that pain with you. I feel it with you. And Libras, we are lovers. Look, y'all, we have a big heart. We fall in love. When we fall in love, we going to go all out, right? We're going to go all out. And a lot of people take advantage of that. A lot of people take advantage of that. I'm going to just tell you, your story is not only going to heal others, it's going to heal you. Accept that. You know what? That may have been messed up what you went through. That may have been messed up how that person did you. When I tell y'all, I only scratch the surface of the things that I've been through. People, when I finally open up, because I don't like to open up of everything that I've been through, because people use it as a weapon, you know. But maybe one day I can actually come out and slowly reveal some of the things. Like, people be thinking like a breakup over a text message is bad, or somebody ghosting you is bad. Baby, when I tell you I got broken up with in the worst way possible, where one day maybe I want to tell y'all how it is, but maybe it'll be like in a more private type of, maybe like a creator type of thing, where it's like a membership type of thing, where it can feel a little bit more intimate, where I can feel more comfortable sharing those things with you. But I wish I got a text message from this one person. I was so young. I was 21, young and lost. And this person was just like literally saying, like, if you had looked up narcissist in the book, his picture would be right there, like just smiling and everything. Cause baby, I wish this one person ghosted me or sent me a text message. Like, they literally plotted, and they like was like, "I'm gonna break up her like this. I'm gonna trick her into thinking we're gonna be together. I'm gonna do all these things," and then boom. Like, it was like horrible. So when I tell you, like, I've overcame some things, I've overcame. So when y'all come at me and tell me y'all hurting y'all day, I feel it. I know it. I used to wake up on a sunny day and feel like it was gray outside. I know it. And it sucks that people think that, "Oh, why are you so wrapped up into relationships," when those people have never even been through that, or they never experienced that. But when you open your heart and you don't have much to give, because your heart has already been broken from your parents. Your heart was already broken by the person that you were supposed to love the most. Your perception of love is different because of how you was raised, right? So when you open up your heart, you're just giving it all that you got, right? All that you know that you have. And this person comes in and take advantage of it. It's devastating. It feels like somebody died. It feels like, literally, I remember going through, like, it literally felt like physical pain, like. And I said to myself, one day I'm gonna figure this out. And I'm glad I went through those things, because it made me who I am, and it made me stronger. That deep seated trauma, JC, that deep seated trauma from your parents is real horrible. Geez. Yes. And If you don't deal with that inner trauma, I'm not going to even say what's going to happen. I'm just going to say you need to deal with that inner trauma before 2021 is, you need to deal with it in 2021. You've been running from it. You probably acted out. If you got in a fight, if you got into it, if you did something crazy this year, just know that it's deeper than the situation. It's deeper than that. And sorry for the people who just now coming in. I'm gonna post this video so you can watch the full thing and know what I'm talking about. But basically, I need you guys to pull out a journal and write down goals for yourself, like for yourself. Like, oh, I want to be financially free. I want to start a business. I want to write that book. I want to start that YouTube channel. Don't let these people out here tell you, oh, it's too late to start a YouTube. Don't limit somebody because you feel limited, because you feel defeated. Don't limit nobody. Because people told me, oh, it's too late to start a YouTube channel. And guess what? In 2020, before 2020, I had probably 1,000 something subscribers, right? And I remember looking at my channel and said, wow, I made 1,000 subscribers. Oh, that is so great. I'm so thankful, right? But then I wrote down my goal to reach 10,000. And I remember it was like, girl, you 10,000, you gonna have to, oh, you a miracle gonna have to happen. And then boom, YouTube decided to like push my video forward and it basically went viral. It got over 500,000 views. And I'm like, oh, okay, God. And it's so crazy because I was like, that video that went viral, I remember God was telling me, you need to make this video, you need to make this video because people tell you to fall back. And I was like, well, people used to tell me to fall back. I didn't know how to fall back. I was like, what? How do you fall back? I have played the game to the point where I like, okay, cool. I played the game and it worked. I played it again, it worked. It worked every time. So I was like, why not let other women know how to do the game as well? Because I know my sensitive self, my little heart is like big. So I don't maliciously play people. I don't play the game. But when somebody trying to play you, I know how to play it better. So I'm like, I'm gonna put y'all on too. And a lot of people was like, it worked, it worked. A lot of people was telling me, oh my God, this video worked. Like, did he text me? He's this, he's that. Like, but then they end up finding out at the end they didn't even want to deal with the man anymore. They didn't want to deal with him no more because he was playing games. I need to look at some of these comments. Sat down and really faced so many emotions and wrote down what I needed to heal and stuff. Then I come across this. That's crazy. South Baby G. See? And God told me to like make this video because I was like, you know what? I need to make a video. I took a break from social media. I've been enjoying time with family, so I haven't posted in 2 weeks or so. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a video before the year ends. I have some other video stuff coming up. It's still going to talk about relationships, going to just basically talk about things that can just help you better yourself. And as I go through therapy, I'm going to definitely give y'all the tea on like things that I've learned and everything. So I'm very excited about that as well. But yeah, like I think that also 2020 has taught us to let go of situations we can no longer control. Like you cannot control another person's actions. So whatever they decide to do, let it go. That is their choice. Accepts us. Oh, my earring just fell out. That's so weird. Acceptance is key. JC, let's see. You are a blessing, sis, in a lot of ways. Oh, thank y'all. Y'all make me a girl feel so special. And I'm so thankful for this channel and I can't wait to see where it goes. Once this pandemic is over, I'm hoping one day I can just do a conference, like a big conference, and all of you guys can just come and we can just like some type of like Oprah type of thing. Like she had those like classes. Like I would love to do that where it's just like we come and just heal, because I remember being in that situation and being in that place where I'm like, I need a place where women are just like, we're healing and it's a community. Like people on YouTube, they have fans, they call them fans and subscribers. No, I call y'all a community. And I'm so appreciative, y'all. So I just have to say that again. But I'm just going to go back into 2021 and I'm going to reiterate again to let you guys know. And sorry, I have a shirt on, so y'all want to think I'm naked over here. 2021 is a year where you are mentally elevating. And the reality of this world should no longer affect you because you're watching this video for a reason, right? You're watching this video for a reason. Therefore, you are already on the right path because you're interested into healing and elevating your energy and aligning yourself. Because once you elevate at a higher energy, God is able to cut. Like God is, y'all. Like I can't even. Like God is so amazing, y'all. Like sometimes I used to resent God, and I'm gonna say this. I used to resent talking to God because when you grow up in a very like religious household, it was like, well, you out here sinning, so when you talk to God, he's gonna be looking at you like, oh, you back? Oh, you want something? Cause I seen what you did yesterday. God is not that type of God, y'all. God is love. I don't care what these pastors and preachers say. They are just human. They make mistakes too. And Jesus hung, if you believe in Jesus, Jesus hung around the sinners. Like people forget that. Jesus hung around the thugs, the sinners, the people who was drunks, okay, who gambled, did all these things. The lost, he hung around, he didn't hang around the righteous people, the goody two-shoe people. He didn't hang around them. The goody two-shoe people was the ones judging him and the ones who eventually hung him because he was doing things out of order. He wasn't following the rules. I think you realigned me on my path with one of your videos. That one video got me on a good spiritual journey. Now I'm newly awakened. Oh, thank you. Like, I love to hear things like that. Let me just tell y'all about God. Like, do not be scared to talk to God. You don't have to come to God and be like, oh, mighty God, oh my. No, you talk to him like he your friend. You be like, look, okay, God, look, this person pissed me off. And like, like you talk to God like he is your friend. Because that's how I talked to him when I was younger. He was like my friend. Like I used to talk to him all the time. And then I grew up and was like, I'm so ashamed to talk to him because I'm not here sinning. And I'm like, you know what? He gonna redirect me. If I'm doing something I'm not supposed to do, he's gonna redirect me. I trust him. And I shouldn't feel guilty talking to him. I shouldn't feel condemned talking to God. And I don't look at God as like, what these pastors and preachers all try to say, like he's angry, he's jealous, he's this. If God is love, jealousy does not live in love. So I just personally, I don't believe in that. I do not believe in that. I think that religion is a sense of control, and I was so scared to step out of that. But I remember my mind wanted to wonder, but I was so scared. If anything is bringing you fear, that is not of God. God is not fear. God is love. God is not jealous. He is love. Love is not jealousy or envy. It says it. So how can you say God is a jealous God and he has wrath? No. He will let you make your own choices, and whatever you go through that, you're going to have to go through that, but he's going to bring you out. But he already knew you was going to make those mistakes and those choices. Bettering themselves. God knows our heart. He is waiting for us to open up to him so he can begin. Because, Lord, when I tell you, I don't know how many times I done had anxiety. Because manifestation is cool. But you know what? If I was to live solely on manifestation, I would have manifested some bad stuff. Because I used to have panic attacks about my job all the time when I first started working there. Because I was new. I was young. I was intimidated. Also, before I lose thought on that, whatever you ask for, say no to the opposite of that. God is putting this on my heart, so I'm going to just tell y'all. Whatever you ask for, say no to what isn't. Say no to the opposite. So if it's a relationship, right? And you are looking for a type of man, and he is the complete opposite of that, and you see where it's headed, say no. Be confident enough to say no. If the job opportunity comes to you, because I had an opportunity where I'm like, this is an opportunity I was waiting on years ago, but it was not aligned into what I was asking God for. So God tested me. I felt like it was a test because this world is full of tests, right? Because you keep going through things over and like, why I keep going through this? Why I keep going through this? Because you keep failing. You keep failing. You keep failing. You keep failing. You keep failing, right? Like, why am I keep going through this? Why I keep meeting this same guy? Why he keep doing me like this? Because it was a test. You asked for one thing, but you keep saying yes to something else. So you're going to keep going through it until you learn your lesson to say no to whatever does not serve you. I had a great opportunity, and I said no because it did not align with what I was asking God for. And although the outside world was looking like, girl, are you crazy? Are you crazy? I was like, no, I am not. I have faith. I am not worried about anything because what is for me will be for me and it will be aligned with me. Do not do something out of desperation. Do not jump into something out of fear. Fear of being alone, dealing with a relationship because you're scared of being alone. Fear is not of God. So what is it? It's something that is crippling you. I think fear is a cripple. Like, you want to move to that new city, but you're scared. But there are many things out there waiting for you in that new city, but you're crippled by fear. And I say fear is crippling because it stops you. It literally stops you from walking into your purpose. 2021, we're going to walk into our purpose, y'all. We are going to walk into our purpose in 2021. If you look, you on this video, you on the right path. You are on the right path. You done went through some BS this year, you on the right path. Because guess what? The chosen ones, they gonna go through it. We wasn't put here to have a happy-go-lucky, easy life all the time. Yes, we can benefit from a lot of those things and enjoy life. But there are things that's gonna challenge us. And we are being tested. And we will be tested on over and over and over again until we pass that test. I've been trying to break into this big entertainment industry again, mainly the acting thing. Last year, got a producer I happened to talk to at work, and she offered me a role in the show. Congratulations! Look at there. Take a chance and a risk. Don't let fear cripple you, because it will hold you back. It will hold you back. Yes, everybody give JC a round of applause and congratulations. That is amazing. That is amazing. I I say things, opportunities. Also, if you want to look for some ideas to write down, opportunities come to me easily. I literally have a friend who can manifest things. And it's okay, Jay. Okay, so if you lost the opportunity, it was not for you. It was not for you. Sometimes it feel like, and I've had an offer where I thought I was about to, when I first got into the news industry, and I thought I was gonna get this job. I was so sure. I was telling people about the interview, and I was like, yeah, I got an interview here. Everybody like, oh my God, congratulations. And then they said no, right? And everybody kept asking about like, what happened to that job interview? Did you get the job? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. Little did I know, a few months later, I was going to get an even better opportunity. That was for me. Don't feel bad. It's a lot of no's out there, but it's all directing you into the right path. I think you have to have faith in whatever happens in your life. Um, I had a fear of, being in my relationship. Like, there's things that I had to learn and being in a relationship that I would never have learned while being single. And I'm like, oh wow, like I learned this about myself and I learned this about I learned patterns about myself that I was not going to learn, excuse me, until I got into a relationship. And I'm so grateful for that because I'm like, whatever happens, I am grateful for it. And I know whatever happens, I will be okay. I have to let go and let God and trust that He has my best interests. We're going to all manifest that JC gets an opportunity, another role opportunity that's even bigger than the role that they offered him. We're going to manifest that for you. And I can't wait until you come back and tell me that you got an offer for a bigger role. It's going to happen. Because like I said, 2021 is the year of manifestation. It's the year to speak things into existence. So do not go into the year, 2020 sucked. It's this, is that. A lot of things are happening, and it's basically telling us nobody is invincible. Nobody is invincible. Nobody's Superman, okay? We're all human, and we all go through things. And you're not alone. And I don't need you to feel alone. Join the community. If this is your first time watching my video, join the community. You can see from my other videos, all the comments are just mostly just so positive. It's a loving community, and I thank y'all. So I just want to say thank y'all so much for riding out all my new subscribers, all my old subscribers, like who's been riding it out for me. Like, love y'all. Love y'all so much. I need y'all to write down your goals. And it doesn't just need to be weight loss goals. It needs to be mental health goals and aligning and finding your purpose. If you don't know what your purpose is, this is the year you're gonna find your purpose. It's gonna lead you to your purpose. If you're in a toxic relationship where it's holding you back, just understand if it ends, understand that it was supposed to end. You could say, oh, I did this and I did that. You were supposed to do those things so you can heal from them. Every person is a lesson. Some people are seasons, and some people, like I said, they come into your life with pen, they come into your life with pencil, and some people come into your life ready to write their name in blood. Not everybody is going to make that sacrifice and write their name in blood in your life. Some people come with a pen, they're gonna cross it out. Some people come with a pencil, they already knew they wasn't gonna stay in your life and just erase their name from your book, from your life, right? So I just see so many people not, oh, I don't know why he left, why he chose her. He didn't choose her over you. He served his purpose. Maybe he treated you better than your ex to show you how you're supposed to be treated. And when you meet the next person, they're going to treat you even better. That person should have showed you that you deserve to be treated that way. He wasn't the only guy that's going to ever treat you that way. You have to believe that there are men out there and women out there who are going to love you, who gonna love you for you and treat you the way you deserve to be treated. You go around thinking like, oh, men ain't this and men ain't that. You go around thinking that that's what you're gonna attract. You have to be very careful, because I do see some of those comments was like, oh my God, I'm giving up on dating. Maybe you should give dating a break, because you know that you're dealing with insecurities. You know that you're dealing with some inner trauma. And you need some time to yourself to be celibate, to stop creating soul ties with people and sleeping around with everybody. I was celibate for 3 years. 4 years, yeah. I was celibate. And it's actually very cleansing to your soul, because you're not soul tying with people. Stop giving your soul to people who is not committed to you. I have people that I talk to, I'm like, why are you giving your body to somebody who has not committed themselves to you? Stop doing it. And I used to hate that. I'm like, I could do what I want. I'm free to do whatever I want. And then I'm free to cry and whoop-de-woo when he breaks my heart. Like, they're doing these things to save you. They're doing these things to save you. Women aren't just out here just trying to judge you and say don't sleep. I'm not saying don't wait until marriage, because a lot of people don't want to wait until marriage, and that's fine. You don't have to. But at least be with somebody who is committed to you. Know that you deserve better. Tell my, oh, I just want, I was in the moment. Okay, but you was in the moment, but now you are tied to that person and you don't know how to untangle from that person, because you still ain't untangled from the other three people that you was with over the last couple of years. And now you feel confused and lost because now you done let somebody else pour their negative energy and trauma into you. So 2021 is a year to write down the things that you are aligned to. What's for you will be for you. Do not go into 2021 so wrapped up into what the world is saying, because things can get ugly. But when you are centered into yourself, you're not worried about what's going on in the world, because you already see it for what it is. Let's see what these comments are saying. I don't understand letting someone enter you that hasn't invested. Why are they worth entering you, your body? Because people do not put value on themselves. Because as much as we like to fake the funk on the outside, on the inside, we feel empty. So we try to fill it up with somebody and then be wondering why we still feel empty, and we feel even more empty by giving ourselves the little of left of us to somebody else, because somebody, they take a piece of you and take a piece of you and take a piece of you more and more and more, and you wondering why your money is down, and you're wondering why you feel stuck in life, because you keep repeating the same patterns over again. Try something different. When I let certain people go that I didn't want to let go in life, I said, I'm going to take a risk in letting you go. Because what harm can it do by letting you go when you're already gone? What harm is that? I'm going to repeat that again. What harm is that by letting you go when you're already gone? You're still holding on to a relationship that's already gone. All you do at this point is hurting yourself. So you're scared to let them go because you think if you're going to let them go, that there's no chance ever y'all get back together. Stop having that fear. Let it go. Don't be scared to let it go. Because what's for you is for you. Let it go. If you lost your job this year, let that job go. I wish this, and maybe I can get this job. No, it's a reason why it happened to you, and it pushes you. Stop blocking your blessings with people who are succubus in your life and draining your energy. They're not bringing any good to you, and you don't have any peace when you're with them. Let that person go. What's the worst you can do? You still hold on to that ex, watching them live their life? What is the worst thing you can do? You can hold on and hurt yourself longer and longer and longer. Or you can let that fear go. Because that's not of God. If you have fear in your heart, let it go and trust and believe that God saw something that you could not see. Even with that job. Who is that said that? Kelly, East Coast. My job let me go, and it's honestly a blessing. Girl, when I tell you, I remember I went through my first, like, a real job where I lost my job, and I was so devastated. But I thank God that happened, because it all happened for a reason. I didn't understand it at the time, but it all happened for a reason. Stay prepared. Stay prepared. You guys need to have your water. You need to have at least water for the next couple of like, stock up. I would just say stock up on perishable foods and items that you need, because we don't know what's going on. Because all these CEOs are stepping down. They're trying to give us $2,000 stimulus checks and, all this other stuff. Like, I don't know what's going to go on, but I'm going to be prepared and I'm not going to be scared of it. Because, y'all, I've been having very apocalyptic dreams lately. But I've always had them growing up. So, but I've been having them more and more. And it's the reason why. And every time in my dream, it just kept telling me, be prepared, be prepared. I'm trying to warn people. In my dream, I always try to warn people what's coming. And some people were not listening, and it was too late. So, don't know what that means, but maybe I'll figure it out one day. Um, but let go of the dead. Let go of things that have died. Let it go. Because when you let go of things and you trust God, He's going to move. When I finally let go an ex, things started moving. My career started thriving. Thriving. Y'all, I was waiting tables. Okay? And when I finally let it go and let God, I had a certain peace about me. Even though I was hurt, but I was so fed up, I had peace. And then I was just getting blessed on blessed on blessed on blessed on blessed. I was just blessed. And let me tell y'all, I'm seeing y'all talk about this stimulus thing. I'm going to tell you right now, the Senate is not going to let that happen. Mitch McConnell, not going to let that happen. So I wouldn't even get my hopes up on it. Wouldn't even rely on the government at this point. Yes, there you go. South Baby G, I'm focused, being a better me, being happy, being more mature, being more healthy, understanding everything will be okay, and that I'm stronger than the struggles that I face. Amen. I want to leave my toxic relationship, but afraid he will become violent when I try to go. It has happened before, so I've been stuck for a while. Whew, okay, so as someone who has reported on domestic violence and murder suicides, it's been a lot. Like I said, it's been an increase of that in 2020 because things are coming to the forefront. Yes, Diamond Kisses, there are resources you can leverage to help to get away. Resources, I'm telling you now, this is, if you really want to get away from him, you need to dial the domestic violence hotline and get advice as much as you can and take those necessary steps to leave. And don't be scared to be like, what am I going to do next? Because what you don't want to do is stay in a situation where you feel like your life is being threatened and he ends up doing something to end your life. You don't want that to happen. I just see it way too many times. I see it way too many times. Too many times than I like to report and see. Today, a man took out his girlfriend and her 2 kids and killed himself after. This is not a time to play around. I know it's scary, and I am not a professional when it comes down to that. So I have to be very careful. You really have to keep going and get on your feet and reach out to the necessary resources, whether that's a woman's shelter, whether that's the police, whether that's you moving to a different city and getting away from him, whatever it takes. Because you will never truly, fully prosper until you're out of that situation. Because that situation can go 2 ways: in the grave or somebody else being killed. I think I just moved this up forward. I was trying to look at the comments. I'm a survivor. There are resources out there. Please use them. DV can lead to something. Yes, domestic violence can lead to something you can't come back from. That is very, very true. That is very, very true. it can definitely lead to something that you can't come back from. My mom, a lot of you guys, like, my mom was in a, DV relationship. And, you know, I can't say everything that probably happened, but I'm just going to say that when she died, she was with that person who would put his hands on her. And I I don't have a mom to this day because of it. So I take things like that very seriously. I've had family members who've been through it. And it's a very touchy subject. And there are resources out there. Thank God there are resources out there. You just have to have the confidence, especially if there's children involved. You need to be there for your children, because it's way too many domestic violence situations going on this year. And there's way too many murder suicides going on this year. Way too many. And like I said, the crime rate is going up and up and up and up and up. And there's so many mothers who've been taken away from their children because of that. And the fear is crippling. But, you have to take the necessary measures to make sure you're safe and you're not just up and leaving with no plan. I think you have to make a plan and know that it can be a light at the end of the tunnel. I have spoken to other women who have been through similar situations, and they were able to get out and make a business. And she was like, it wasn't nice at first. I had to stay in a women's shelter in a different city. Yeah, and then you have children into it, and then they can pick up those qualities too. So please take the necessary measures. If you are in a domestic violence relationship, please take the necessary steps to plan and make a plan and get out. And do not tell them that you're leaving. If you think that they're going to act out and hurt you, do not tell them that you're leaving. You just make a plan and you exit and you leave. And if you need to leave everything behind, leave it behind. Yes, Diamond Kisses, we're all praying for your strength. And you can make it, girl. You can make it. And we're just sending love and light to you. But I don't want to make this video too long because it's already an hour. But I just love talking to y'all. I think I'm going to just do more live streams. I am trying to do more videos. But, guys, I work. I have a son. And then it's the holidays. And then I'm in a relationship. So it's like so much, And I make sure when I come on here, I'm spiritually. If I'm going through it where I'm not spiritually there, I know that I can't be moved by the, by the message that's being sent to me to tell you guys. So I don't get on here when I'm not feeling like the message is I can deliver the message in a way that should be, So I will try to post more. That's my goal, is to post more, at least twice a week for you guys. Let me see some of these comments. How should I let go of someone who I was dealing with for 3 years? He has another woman, but keep lying about it. I told him that I was done with him, but he keeps bothering me. There's your answer. He has a whole nother woman. You're not second to anybody. He has a whole nother woman. That is your answer. Leave me alone. You've made your choice. You have a whole nother woman. You made your bed, lie in it. I'm not your second option. If you have to choose between me and another person, choose her. That's always my thing. That's what I did with the old boy when I was dealing with him way earlier last year. It was between me and the other girl, and I said, choose her. I don't want you to choose me. You got to think you got to choose between somebody. Choose the other woman, because I am nobody's second option. You should never want to beg somebody to be in your life and, want them to come back or entertain them when they have a girlfriend, because that just literally shows what type of person he is. He literally has a girlfriend, but he's backdoor talking to you. That just shows what type of person he is. I mean, think about it. If he can do it, we would like to think, oh, 3 years, 5 years, Oh, so yeah, but how you treat me at the end and defines more of how you treat me throughout the relationship. Especially if they went off and got a whole new girlfriend and they keep contacting you. It's disrespectful to you that they would have the audacity to think that you're going to entertain them while they have a girlfriend. So they're trying to side chick you when you were the main girl. No, sir. You're not nobody's side chick. Because that's what they're basically trying to do. If you want to be with me, you would be with me. You will be taking the necessary needs and measures. You would not still be in a relationship. You will be getting yourself together. Then you come correct. But you're not. You're in a whole other relationship, entertaining and sleeping with somebody else. Because they may be texting you and hitting you up, but where are they laying their head at night? Where are they laying their head at? So you need to cut ties from this person. Please. Do not bring them into 2021. If he cries, he cries. I'm pretty sure, look, you told him to leave for a reason, right? It was a reason. It was a reason. And no, these plants are not real. But I'm going to do a room tour really soon. I have some things to show you guys. And I'm so excited about it because my room, when I tell y'all, because I deal with anxiety and stress, my room is just like, it's a vibe. And I can't wait to show y'all that, because I do have some real plants in here. And then I have like a plant wall over my bed. Like, I'm going to just show y'all. I'm definitely going to post it next week. So just look forward to more videos next week. I'm definitely going to do a room tour, like a feminine bedroom, anti-stress, anti-anxiety type of room. So maybe these ideas can help you out if you deal with anxiety or you just need a place, because your room is so important. Your room, look, 2021 is all about self-treatment, as in mental health and how you're treating yourself this year. So yeah, I can't wait to show you guys. I'm sorry, these comments are like coming through. No, but the plants behind me are not real. Everything happens for a reason. I'm afraid to. I'm a domestic violence survivor and was afraid to leave. God gave me the strength. Good job. Good. The comments are moving. Strength. It's been 4 years. You can do it. Awesome. See, this is what I love about you guys. Is that encouraging comments like this. Do I use incense? Yes, I do sometimes, but I like candles more. So incense kind of gives like a little like vibe. It depends what kind of vibe I'm in. But y'all, okay. I'm gonna wrap this video up because I know it's kind of like going over. But just know I'm gonna do more lives so I can do question and answers and answer your questions, and we can all talk in a chat and just group talk with everybody. I just really hope that you guys grab a journal and write down all of your goals. Not just goals, but things that you want for your life. And it could be separate things. You can have one page talking about your career, one page talking about your health, one page talking about your mental health, one page talking about your love life and what you want out of that. You can have multiple pages, but I need you guys to write it down as if it is going to have, as if it has already happened. Because a lot of people, it's like, oh, 2020, I was planning on vacation. It was all material things. What we really learn is to appreciate the people that's in front of us. We're closer with family. And we're closer with ourselves because we had to spend a lot of alone time with ourselves. And we had to work on ourselves as well. And work on our mental health. So cheers to 2021. I will see you guys next year. I love y'all so much. Like, I can't wait to do another live in the new year. Be safe. Be safe. I'm not playing with y'all. Y'all better be safe. Don't be drinking and driving. Um, cheers to y'all. Look, you want to put a little champagne glass in the comments. Cheers to everybody. Thank y'all so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate y'all, and thank you for, riding with me on this journey to self-love and healing and just elevating and raising our vibrations. Once we're done being ourselves, we can conquer everything. Exactly. This is our reality, and this is our world. I say this all the time. This is my world. I control what's in my world and what's out of my world, and if I can't control it, I can control how I react to it. So thank you guys so much, and I have a happy new year. Have a happy new year, and it's gonna be a good year, y'all. It's gonna be a good year. Thank you so much for watching this live. It's going to be posted. Give it a thumbs up, share, like. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. I'm going to post my Fundo link in case you guys want to talk to me on Fundo, which won't be until next year. What else? Follow me on Instagram at Brittany Nashay. I'm going to start posting more. Like, I was getting on to it and posting, but I stopped. So thank you guys so much, and I love y'all, and y'all have a happy, happy, happy new year. And if you didn't watch the full live, you can go back and watch the rest of it, because I definitely was dropping some gems in the beginning of this video. All right, guys, thank you so much, and bye. See you next year. Happy 2021.